YouTube, chicks. Get ready. You know what to do, chicks.
Listen, Chick Smooth.
Hey, Chick Smooth. Appreciate all the coverage that you've been doing. I've been watching your shit for a while. I just subscribed to your shit too, bro.
50 Cent is not letting up. It looks like his beef with Joe Budden is still on, and it just took another turn. Now, if you've been paying close attention, like I've been paying close attention, of course, it is my job to pay close attention. You would have noticed something really interesting that happened over the weekend. 50 actually deleted all of his posts about Joe Budden the other day. For a second, it seemed like maybe this whole situation was over. It seemed like, man, has 50 really matured? 50's gonna let something go? However, 50 just posted something new, and he's being the 50 that we all know and honestly love him for. And let's just say he is not waving the white flag by any means at all. So let's talk about what 50 posted, right? So that's the plan. Laughing emoji. You gonna sue me, Joe? Ha ha ha. I think you are mistaking me for someone else. I'ma get face to face with you so you can tell me about the therapy that I need. Now, as everybody knows, when a person tells you they're going to get face to face with you, I don't think they just come in to have a peaceful talk. It's kind of like somebody saying, oh yeah, how about we go outside and talk about it? Trust me, if you go outside, the last thing you're going to be doing is talking. The first thing you're probably going to end up be doing is throwing those hands. Now, let's be real. This is 50 ways of saying, when I see you, it's on sight. It's up and it's stuck. This isn't just a casual joke or playful jab. I'm not even going to take it as that. Like, let's be real. At the end of the day, we're not going to gaslight Joe. Not saying your life is in danger, but you are going to have to squabble up when you see this man. And that's what it's looking like unless you figure out a way to resolve this issue. This is a straight up threat, low key. 50 is basically telling Joe Budden that they're going to meet face to face. And as everybody knows, two mountains will never meet, but two men always will. And when that happens, it's not going to be a therapy session. It's going to be something way more physical. So how did we even get here? This whole thing kicked off after the Gotti passing. Rest in peace to Gotti, the legendary producer from Murder, Inc. Instead of keeping it respectful or saying nothing at all, you know, like your grandmother used to say, if you don't have nothing nice to say, 50, please do not say anything at all. And by the way, I'm not talking about your grandmother specifically, 50. I don't want no smoke. That's what my grandmother used to say. I don't know. That's just what I'm saying. 50 posted something else, basically saying, I wish you were here to see the rest of my success. Now, under normal circumstances, people will take that as a good thing. But us knowing 50, we know exactly what he meant. That's pretty much like him saying, new pack in the air. But that's just 50. And if you know 50, you already know that wasn't a tribute. That was a straight up snarky, sarcastic shot at Gotti. And that honestly rubbed a lot of people the wrong way, especially those who were really close to Irv. And one of those people was Joe Budden. You know, Joe Budden worked with Gotti a lot in his career. Joe saw what 50 said and called him out on it. He didn't say nothing crazy. He didn't say nothing aggressive. He just simply says, 50 needs therapy for always bringing negativity, even in moments of loss.
Not
yeah,
Joe, bro.
That right there is the problem with the internet.
What?
Like, my day was fine.
All right, ours wasn't. Yeah, it's like whatever happened to
Like
you,
nothing,
you don't get it.
It didn't change anything. Actually, quite the contrary, man. Like, I ain't one of the rappers. He do that shit, I make money. I get paid.
Yeah. Huh?
Shot him out
Anytime anyone, yeah, cook, nigga. Anytime one of them niggas with fucking 30 million, 50 million followers post me good or bad, I get paid. If I have a problem with it, we getting lawyers involved. Like, what you want me to do? Because that's illegal. But
Illegal?
yeah, you can't take all these AI pics and just start. That's what Shorty is going to court for. You can't do that. But I don't have a problem with it, and I think that's corny. And that's 50. I got all the respect in the world for him. But if I get tired of it and it stops paying, then yeah, it's lawyer time.
And honestly, everybody kind of sided with Joe. And when you really, really think about it, to us, it may have just seemed like a regular therapy suggestion. But knowing Joe is extremely smart at poking the bear. He knows exactly how to poke the bear. And this time, he definitely poked the bear. And that's what really set 50 off. Now, before I go deeper into that, let's really cover a little bit of the beef between Gotti and 50. A lot of people don't really understand how deep that beef is. And 50 been beefing for decades. Because trust me, this goes way deeper than just some social media posts. That's what we've seen recently. But in the early 2000s, things was really, really serious. See, 50's entire career was built off this war. In the beginning, one of his earliest rivals was, of course, Irv Gotti, along with the entire Murder Inc. And it all traces back to one thing, 50 getting shot 9 times. That's really the root cause of all of this. See, the person who shot 59 times had ties to Murder Inc. And instead of staying neutral, Irv Gotti actually sided with the shooter. Not only that, but he made fun of 50 for getting shot. Ja Rule made fun of 50 too, and we all saw how Ja Rule's career ended up. Murder Inc. put out diss tracks mocking 50's shooting, bragged about the incident, and tried to erase him from the music industry completely. What do I mean by that? Irv didn't just have his artists diss him. He actively worked behind the scenes to make sure 50 was blackballed from the rap game. Unfortunately, it didn't work because 50 was smart enough to align himself with Eminem and Dr. Dre. And if you know anything about hip-hop, that's pretty much the holy grail. You can't blackball Dr. Dre. And if you think I'm reaching, Irv actually admitted to this in his interviews. He tried to blackball record deals, call up labels, call up radio station, made sure 50 had no industry connections. And it worked for a while until, like I said, he linked up with Dr. Dre and Eminem. He dropped In the Club, and the rest was history.
Before you guys listen to that new Drake album, there's one thing that you need. I love listening to my favorite podcast and my favorite album with my Raycon earbuds. These Raycon earbuds block out noise like no other. The Raycon's active noise cancellation feature is the main reason why I chose it over any other brand. And on top of that, it's also got a super fast charge. So if I'm ever in a rush, all I gotta do is just charge it in this case for 10 minutes and I've got over an hour battery life. If I'm not working, then I'm in the gym or playing basketball. And these earbuds, by far the most comfortable earbuds I've ever used. I don't ever have to worry about them falling out. I love these cool protective case covers that also supports wireless charging. So I don't have to take the protective cover off to get 90 minutes of battery in just 10 minutes of charging. I use my Raycons to edit all my YouTube videos, so if you guys ever want to know how I'm able to put out so many videos per day, it's all thanks to my Raycon earbuds. Make sure you guys click the link in the description box below or go to buyraycon.com/chigs to get 20% off site-wide. That's right, you get up to 20% off everything on Raycon websites, including 20% off all headphones too, when you go to buyraycon.com/chigs.
Also have to remember that Joe has had many issues with 50's old label owner, Eminem, feeling as though M never really handled the Slaughterhouse Group correctly or promoted them correctly. He also called Eminem's release in like 2017 or something, he called it a 2-pack of
A new Eminem track, Untouchables.
Throw it in rice.
What?
It's trash.
After.
One of the worst songs I've ever heard. I don't care if the content is great.
Me and Joe Budden, we're not friends like that. We're not like, we didn't go to the same high school or something. I get that part. But when I'm out here flying around to different places and doing interviews and trying to use my platform to pump up Slaughterhouse every chance I get, and you're using your platform to trash me, and I'm one of the things that keeps this ship moving. You're doing something, you got a voice in hip hop, so you actually could be affecting this ship a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't owe me nothing. But I've never gotten up an interview and been like, Joe Budden shit is trash. That last album he put out is trash. So that's kind of the attitude I took to this whole album. Kamikaze is like, all right, what if I give everybody my opinion about them?
It wasn't even just being blackballed. At one point, things got so bad that both crews ran into each other at a studio. A full brawl ensued. The lights got cut off, and at the end of the chaos, 50 was stabbed. And guess what Irv and Murder Inc. did about it? Bragged. Got on them Smack DVD videos, talking about how 50 got poked up, and then even started insinuating that 50 Cent was a snitch and 50 Cent was cooperating with the police. So now not only did you blackball him, not only did you support the person who shot him 9 times, not only did you stab him, but now you're also trying to ruin his street credibility by saying that he's a snitch. All of that happened in the past, and a lot of people feel as though when things happen in the past, when we get older and we mature, we should let things go. 50, however, he listens to a whole different type of Bible, and he wasn't letting anything go. And that's how Joe Budden ended up getting dragged into the situation. So now we have Joe Budden, who wasn't even involved in the original beef, stepping in and telling 50 he needs therapy. 50 does not take that lightly. And as you can see in his response, it's full on war mode. First, he started posting about Joe on Instagram, post after post, AI generated content, clowning him, throwing shade, making it clear that Joe should have stayed out of it. Then suddenly, 50 deletes all the posts. And then that's why a lot of people thought maybe it was over. But now 50 is back, bigger than ever, wanting all the smoke. So the big question is, how does this all play out? And I feel like that's just been the ongoing question. And it seems like every single time we think we have it figured out in some type of way, 50 comes in and throws a crazy curveball. So how does this actually play out? Does this stay a war of words, or do we actually see this spill into some real life drama? Do these two mountains eventually cross paths and stuff actually ends up getting real? Because let's be real, this is 50 Cent we're talking about. He's not the type to just let things go. And it seems like this real comment really got under his skin. At the same time, Joe Budden is not a rapper anymore. He's a media guy. And on top of that, he's progressed. He's rich now. He don't got time for none of this stuff. His whole energy since the beginning was like, man, this kind of nonsense is beneath me. Physical altercations are now beneath me. But at the same time, we know Joe. Joe's still kind of like a firecracker. And he never really turned down the fade from anybody. You know, if you really been following Joe Budden, one of the first times he went viral on the internet was because he got into a squabble with the Wu-Tang. So who knows where things go from here. But if 50 really pulls up on Joe, like he's implying in that post, then what happens? Does Joe stand his ground? Does security get involved? Does this get legal? If this gets legal, how does that look? What are the optics of that? That's going to be interesting to see. Or do you think there's an actual chance that they just talk it out and settle it without violence? I want to hear what y'all think. Drop your thoughts in the comments. And don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's your boy, Brett Fox, reporting from the Chicks Universe.